All right, everybody, happy Friday. It is technically not the final episode of the season for the morning routine. We have one special one coming next Friday, all about the NFL. It's gonna be great. But for now, we gotta get ready to get through this episode so we can hustle ourselves over to the Crusader Park and get on with our end of the summer park barbecue over there. All right, starting with some headlines. Archaeologists found a floor stone covered in ruins, hieroglyphs or whatever the heck you want to call it, and it might be a 1,000-year-old tombstone, which implies something might be buried underneath it, which we just talked about about a story of archaeologists finding something, opening it, and then everybody dying. This is a million movies. Do not touch this tombstone. Leave it alone. Walk away. You're not Indiana Jones. You're not going to survive. Yeah. All right, moving on to moon phase today. What the moon will look like on August 16th. I was reading this not on August 16th. So why do I care what the moon is going to look like on August 16th when it's now August 28th? I don't know why I put that in there. I just did. Next up, my mom's trick for serving deviled eggs without a special platter. Without horseradish. Yeah, that was the special. Deviled eggs are better without horseradish. They stay on the plate better without horseradish. They look better without horseradish. Did I mention they taste better without horseradish? Just saying. Anybody listening that needs to know horseradish doesn't belong in deviled eggs? Moving on. Isaiah's classic car review right here.
Hey everyone, it's Isaiah here for another classic car review. And today's classic car for the final week of August is a very rare 1936 Stout Scarab minivan. Now, I know none of you know what this car is. Think of it as a Volkswagen Bug, but like the limousine version. But people have said the minivan is the first one since 1936. Up until 10 years later in 1946 when it got defunct. The headquarters was originally in Michigan. It started 90 years ago until it was forgotten. About nine of them exist still probably, and one of them was a concept. But looking for them is practically impossible, but driving them is also impossible as well, because I'm not sure if the steering is like this position or this position. But the funny part is that it's the front face, because the headlights look like eyes with a bunch of slits. The nose, the badge make it look like a nose with whiskers, and the other part of it that looks like a mouth. But the engine is not actually in the front of it. It's actually in the back, like old Volkswagens and Fiats usually have. But if you ever want to see one, well, good luck with that. And the car is a ancestor of today's minivans. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.
All right, nice job, Isaiah. That's a really funky car. That's not something even collectors really see that much. That's just a very, very rare car. It's like the minivan before the minivan, and the Volkswagen Bug before the Volkswagen Bug. And there was like a mashup that we never knew we needed. See, the Bug, VW, they made the bus. They were just like, well, we made this thing. It's kind of a weird thing, and we're gonna make this bus bigger, more room. And this was like, no, we're just gonna make the Volkswagen Bug longer. Maybe that's where it came from. Maybe it was like Volkswagen was like, hey, I like the idea a little too long, so let's shorten that up and then we'll make it taller and change it a little bit, and make the bus. Maybe that's pretty cool. And there's some interesting designs to them. They had like the buses do, or not the Volkswagen buses so much, but some of the minivans, pre-minivans. They got like tables in there and stuff. They're really fancy on the inside. This car that Isaiah's showing there. Very cool. Nice job. Love the old funky cool cars like that. That makes cars fun. That's when cars were fun. Nowadays it's all they're black, they're white, they're gray. They might be blue. That's about it in the color scheme of things, and they all kind of look the same anymore. So it's not as interesting as it used to be. I'm sure that thing was not aerodynamic or fuel efficient, but it sure was cool to look at. All right, next up, Epic Games with Gary.
Welcome to the What's Free this week at the Epic Games Store. Looks like, by the way, next week it looks like only one so far, but this week there's two. One of them is really good. The other one, Is that, did we get that correctly? Okay. The first one, and I have this one. I've had this one for a while. It's been out for a minute. It doesn't say when it came out. When did it come out? 2021. So 5 years ago. 5.5 years ago, more accurately. It's called Breath Edge. In Breath Edge, you play I'll say he's it's not really an astronaut. He's a survivor in outer space. But he's not alone. He has with him his, I want to say, immortal. There's the word for it. His immortal chicken. Yes, you heard me correctly. He has a chicken with him. It's a space survival game. You start out just like in this derelict ship, a space hearse, right? That like breaks up in space. So in space, you're surrounded by like caskets and bodies and like parts, right? And you gotta survive. So you gotta get all this together. You gotta like build a habitable, there we go, location, home, whatever you want to call it, and survive. There's pieces here and there. You can scavenge. You can build like little ships that'll get you around. It's awesome. If you like survival games, if you like space games, this blends the two together. Plus, you got an immortal chicken. It doesn't get much better than that. Mind you, there's some parts where you're gonna be like, this could be better. But ultimately, you're crafting, you're surviving, you're in space. You've got your chicken. It's a beautiful thing. I highly suggest this one. Where else are you gonna get a sci-fi with a chicken, right? You don't want to eat them, by the way. You'll find enough stuff to eat. Okay, so don't think I'm gonna have to roast this guy at some point. You won't. Okay. Keep your chicken alive. It's like having a dog. You gotta have a buddy that loves you. You got your chicken. So Breath Edge, definitely a banger and a keeper. If you can call it a banger. I wouldn't call it exactly a banger. It's pretty good, but it's a keeper. The second one, if I can get my thing to work with speed here, it's called Rival Stars Horse Racing Desktop Edition. I don't know. I guess there's like a console edition, but this is not it. In Rival Stars Horse Racing Desktop Edition, you start out as like a horse breeder. You're gonna race the horses, but before you race them, you've got to make them first, right? So you breed your horses, and you can like take two different horses you think are cool, breed them together to get the stats that you want. You get the horse that you want. You can customize it. You can get a horse that has like an Appaloosa, a Palomino, quarter horse. You can get like a Mustang. You can blend them together to get the speed you want, the ability to run the course that you want, and then you race them. You can play this solo, or you can play it with online, right? So you're racing like strangers. Mind you, if you do that, this game came out in 2020, so odds are there are some people out there who love horses and who've been doing this for a minute, whose horses are just gonna kick your butt. Okay, I hate to say it, but you want to get good at it, you gotta have this thing for a while. Customize, okay? So definitely, if you're into horses, even if you're not into horses, it's a fun game for like that kind of thing. You take parts. You start out small and you get bigger. You start out as like this little guy with like a little bit of horse husbandry stuff, and you work up to you're like the ultimate horse racing manager. Realistic looking horses. It's an in-depth breeding system, so it's like the web of optimizing, right? You get better and better, and you find things that get better. This one, you dump that one off because it wasn't as good as the next one, until you have like the ultimate horse. Highly suggestive. So actually, 2 actually good games this week, right? Actually good games. Breath Edge, you and your chicken in outer space, surrounded by dead bodies. And Rival Stars Horse Racing Desktop Edition. Both of them, I'm not going to go into how much they cost. I think they're like, between the two, like $50 worth of games for nothing this week, okay? So, highly suggestive. Again, even if you don't want to play them right now, click on the thing that says get your free game and get your free games, okay? Later you might change your mind, all right? So get them. Have a good week, guys. Thank you very much. See you next week. Boy.
Thank you, Gary, for keeping us up with the epic games. Now, you're going to be dry on the free games for a little while because you're not going to see anything. But Gary will be back in October with us for more free epic games. So just take a break from the gaming for September or play the games you paid for. Next up, we've got NASCAR, which is the season's going to be winding down here pretty soon. And I think Alex is going to switch over to tell us more about the football picks. But let's see what we got for racing this weekend.
Tonight, from the sandy shores of Daytona International Speedway, NASCAR is getting set for the regular season finale, and it all takes place on a Friday night for the O'Reilly Series and Saturday night for the NASCAR Cup Series. And we all know it too well. It's from the World Center of Racing, and that is Daytona International Speedway. Twice a year, NASCAR visits the sandy shores of Daytona Beach, Florida, where the fans enjoy most of their time in Daytona Beach for spring break, or more importantly, a vacation plan. But for the drivers, they know it's work time for the Daytona 500, but in this case, the Coke Zero Sugar 400. And it all takes place under the lights on a Friday night for the O'Reilly Series and Saturday night for the NASCAR Cup Series. But weather could be a huge factor in Daytona because it rains a lot in Daytona Beach, Florida, either in the winter or in the summertime. So if you got plans to head to Daytona, now is the time. If you're going to enjoy the race, I hope you enjoy it, but it's going to be really hot out there. I hope you guys are wearing some sunscreen protection. And happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to NASCAR Race Winning Picks for our special episode, and it's Crusader Park BBQ Friday. Hope everyone's excited about it. I'm Alex, and I have my NASCAR expert with me, that is Zach.
Hello.
And we are coming to you from Daytona International Speedway, and we are super excited about this race because it is the race that decides who makes the chase and who doesn't. One race left to go before Darlington opens up, and more importantly, NASCAR announced some changes regarding to Daytona and Talladega, reducing the spoiler to 4 inches, which would make the cars have less drag, more speed, and better fuel mileage. What do you think about this change?
I think it's pretty good. Might be some difficulties, but I think they'll get used to it.
I hope so, because it's better than seeing the 7-inch spoiler and the fuel saving, because that's what really drove us nuts, including the fans, because I know everybody did not want to see fuel saving, including the drivers. They have talked about it time and time again that they wanted to change the super speedway package. Denny Hamlin had ideas, putting the spoiler down to 3 inches. NASCAR listened and they delivered. So they changed the spoiler to 4 inches, bringing that back. But there are going to be some super speedway changes, as we mentioned. So what will happen? I don't know. But I do have some worries about this change, which could bring back the 2018 race where we saw a 4-car tango, which everybody hated so much. But in my guess, they would bring this package from 2017. That's what I'm hoping to see. However, it's time to get the picks in. So Zach, who wins at Daytona?
My pick would be Carson Hocevar.
Carson Hocevar. That is not a bad pick at all. Now, if you go back to Talladega in 2026, which was this year actually, in April, he won his first race and it came at Talladega on the final lap of the race. Holding off the pack crashed behind him, and he got the win. Now, can he do it 2 times in a row? Can he do it at Daytona? I don't know, but we will see, even though he's in the chase. I'm going to go with Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is known to be an aggressive super speedway racer, and we're going to see it this weekend and tomorrow. But more importantly, though, he has 2 wins in his career. He won in Martinsville, and he won at Texas Motor Speedway. So can he do it at Daytona? He's never won at Daytona in the Cup car. Can now be the time. Now let's talk about the O'Reilly Series and get the picks. So who wins the O'Reilly Series?
I'm gonna pick. There are a lot of drivers because anyone can win at Daytona, but I'm gonna pick William Sawalich.
William Sawalich. He won at Rockingham in April as well. That was his first win in the NASCAR O'Reilly Series, and he has done incredible out there, but still looking for win number 2. Can it happen? But I'm going to pick Raja Karuth.
Okay.
That's another guy that I feel like has a good shot at winning the race, but what you got to remember though, he is 14th, just behind Taylor Gray. But can this year be the year that Raja wins the race and makes his mark by making the chase? He is now driving full-time in junior motorsports for the rest of the year, but can he have that contract extension to next year? Hopefully, but we will see what happens at Daytona. We know the O'Reilly cars put on a good show at Daytona, so do the Cup cars, but when it comes to fuel saving, the super speedways become more of a joke. But let's see what happens with this new change that happened. But let's see what happens with this new change that's going to happen this week. So that's it for us. Hope you guys enjoy the race at Daytona, and we'll see you guys in Darlington. And more importantly, we'll see you guys in October. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the BBQ Friday.
Adios.
All right, and we're back at Daytona. Yep, Daytona has lots of races actually, but we're back there again. The season's, like I said, gonna be wrapping up. And yeah, if you're into the racing, get it while you can because it's going away soon. Next up, the National Day.
Good morning, everybody. So, I'm going to make it shorter and sweeter, maybe. It is Friday. It's the 28th. It's Picnic BBQ Friday. We got to get out of this building, right? Whoop, whoop. But along with that, we have a national day. It's National Thoughtfulness Day. Be thoughtful, which is really good today as we walk out to the park. Be thoughtful for others that maybe don't walk as quick as you do or start to get cranky because they don't want to walk. Exercise is good. Or when you're out there and you're playing a game and perhaps somebody's not as good as you or you're not as good as somebody else, we have to be thoughtful for others. Standing in line waiting for our food. Everybody's going to get some, right? So let's pack not only our patience, but our thoughtfulness. And let's take it on through not only today, but always. You need to be thoughtful of other people's feelings, how they think about things. We all don't think the same. Got to keep all those things in mind. And they all start with being thoughtful. Correct? Correct. So, let's be thoughtful. Let's have a great day out at Grisada Park and eat some yummy food and play some great games, and we're going to have lots of prizes. So get your thoughtfulness on and let's go.
I'm being thoughtful of the thoughtful person. See, I'm living up to the day. Moving on to nostalgia with Zach. We're going to be 3 for 3, buddy. I can feel it.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Nostalgia. And today, Alex, this last NFL commercial is actually one of my favorite ones. It is about players. Well, it's kind of like Christmas themed, but kind of like the NFL kickoff starting. It is the Fritos Leg NFL kickoff commercial. Do you remember this one?
I think so, but I don't know if I have ever watched it.
Well, this commercial came out in 2020. That was when COVID started happening.
2020 was a bad year.
Yeah, but in NFL, and Tom Brady actually started playing for the Buccaneers.
He sure did.
And he actually won a Super Bowl with them that year.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so the NFL was still going on during COVID, so that was still a good thing. Even though fans weren't allowed to be at the stadiums, you know.
And that's what sucked.
But some stadiums allowed fans, like the Cowboys, and sometimes the Broncos did.
The Broncos, my favorite team, but they better watch out because the Broncos are going to be red hot this year. I don't want to get too cocky about it, but anyway. But what I do know is that when the stadiums were empty, they still had the loud cheering going on.
But it's kind of weird, but it's still good. But this commercial talks about just having snacks when we watch football. That's pretty much it. Like just chips, salsa, all that. It's a really good commercial. I recommend watching it. It's amazing. But enough of us talking. We hope you enjoyed this nostalgia.
See you guys on Monday.
'Twas the night before. Hold up. Let's take this up a notch. 'Twas the night before Super Bowl, and all through Tampa Bay, the Chiefs and the Buccaneers were ready to play. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but the Super Bowl legends of yesteryear.
You still warming up?
Eli and Peyton, they're up throwing footballs, snacking on Lays and destroying them walls.
Hey, what are you doing?
His idea, Dad.
You do want to get Hey, I don't care.
Beast up on them boys, Archie.
Go to bed.
Thanks a lot.
Catch the ball. Don't be scared of the ball.
I was not scared of the ball.
Montana and Rice relived their old glory while adding Doritos to their Super Bowl story.
Hey guys.
Bateman.
Can I play? Brought some chips.
Hell no! Hey, we're gonna take these Doritos, though.
Come on, man.
Cowboys
We
from now.
didn't play you guys in the Super
Let's go.
Bowl.
My shot, Joe.
Come on, we're friends.
Look at that.
Oh, you guys are unbelievable.
When up in the attic there arose such a clatter.
It's called the Immaculate Reception.
It was the Immaculate Pass.
It was below the man's ankle.
Easy catch.
You couldn't make that catch. Bradshaw Bettis caused a snack table to shatter.
Oh, I told you it wasn't that easy. I told you.
Away to the window, Deion ran in a flash. He tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. Kickoff is coming. The teams are ready. Both hope that their season will end in confetti. So get the Doritos.
You guys are all right.
Then get the Tostitos. Pour salsa, pour queso. Get the Lays and the Cheetos. Now snack away, snack away, snack away, y'all. Because Super Bowl's here and we about to ball. So happy Super Bowl to all, and to all a good night. And don't forget the chips.
Oh, we are 3 for 3, Zach. Yeah, the football gods love us, and we are simpatico all week long. That's outstanding. Nice job. Easy this time of year, but still, nice job. Yep, the kickoff, whether it's Frito-Lay, Bud Light, whoever it is doing it, just the music at the beginning of the games, at the beginning of the season, all this stuff, it's all just like, it's very, apropos of nostalgia. Because football for me is very nostalgic. Sundays, my dad wasn't the biggest sports fanatic and football fanatic, but if the games are on, the games are on. And in Seattle, when the season starts, the weather's crappy, kind of inside. It's just kind of being at home, fire going, the smell of mom cooking some dinner, and just kind of a lazy Sunday. It's very nostalgic for me. And hearing the NFL documentaries and stuff, and you know, the music that goes along with it, and the commercials and everything. It's just very nostalgic. So this is perfect, Zach. Nice job, nice job, nice job. All right, it is Friday. We got to get out of here for our park barbecue. Before we do, we got to do a little laughing with Christina and her jokes right here.
Happy Friday, everybody! And who is raising the last laughter jokes on the Friday on August until October comes? What do you call a messy baby kangaroo? A sloppy Joey. What do you call a pilot who skipped school? Captain Hookie. Why is it so hard to talk with a goat? Because the goat always butts in. Guys, have a good weekend. And stay tuned for Halloween jokes in October. So take care, so bye.
A smelly copter. Yes, a smelly copter. Yes. Yeah, that would be terrible. Oh my God, that's a horrible idea. Don't ever give anyone that idea. Flying around a helicopter and it blows down. It blows air down. That's how it rises. And thus, if you took one of those like stink bomb perfume things and put it outside the windows of the helicopter, it'd blow that snake down. That would be a smelly copter. All right, nice job, Christina. Thank you for the jokes from Texas. Hope you're doing well out there. And for everybody else, we'll see you at the park barbecue. We will see you in October. Actually, I just lied. We'll see you on Wednesday for an NFL special of the morning routine. And then we will see you in October when we return with all the spooky stuff. It'll be cool. All right, everybody, take care. Enjoy. Have a hot, wonderful day today. And we'll see you next Wednesday only on the morning routine.